Greetings, Wolf Pups. Lord Von Wolf coming at you with another episode of Noob Sauce. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. Today's going to be a bit of a oddball episode. We're going to kind of cover a couple things here at the moment. Let's first start the chickens. Alright, let's start with this. We finally got a hold of some netherwort and blaze rods, so we can actually brew up potions. Now, I'm not going to go into a full-blown out brewing episode here. I'm just going to cover basics just to make one quick potion for an episode that's going to be coming up. So, the brewing stand has 3 inputs. So, if we click on this system right here, this is the menu we get with the brewing stand. So we have an ingredients input, which is here on top. We have the water bottle input. All right. Then we have the fuel input. I believe I said it was last episode or the episode before that this fuel set of the brewing stand is fairly new. I forget which update it was. A couple updates ago it came in. So now you need to use blaze powder, which you get from blaze rods. You convert it over to powder to fuel your brewing stands. Otherwise, you can't actually brew anything. It won't work. So now there's actually a power source to these stands. All right, so essentially, if you want to set up a hopper system, you can, but you have to understand that they have to be positioned in a specific way because the ingredients have to come in from the top, because that's where the top side is. And then you have to be careful about how you position your bottle and your fuel source intake. All right, because, oops, wrong button. Because the blaze powder is on the left side, bottle positioning is technically on the right side. All right, so now if you confuse these things, it's not gonna, it just won't fill the slots. All right, so it's not necessarily a big deal. And then you can also set up a hopper system that takes these completed potions out of here and puts them somewhere into another chest. There's a whole system for that as well. Now, I've already placed into them they're just water bottles. You just take glass, 3 glass. Okay. You need your crafting table for this one. Okay, you just take 3 pieces of glass, put it in this V formation, and you get 3 bottles out of it. All right. So, if we want to fill it, then all you got to do is take it to a water source. Now, if you use a cauldron, a full cauldron, you'll get 3 water bottles out, and then the cauldron becomes empty. But if you use an infinite water supply like we have here, you just click on it, and each bottle gets filled. And then all you have to do, then you just put the water bottles in here, and then when you take out here, this system will automatically put the water bottles back into the stand. Alright, so now, that's only water. No properties, doesn't give you anything. If we want to make regular style potions, the first thing we have to do is we have to convert these water bottles over to something. So to do that, let's get this stuff out of here for now. Okay. Oops. Gotta hit the bottom of the stand. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is, technically, I'll show you how to do this up there. Alright, we're going to take a piece of netherwort, and we're going to stick it into the top input, which is the cook field, or brew field, if you want. And it's going to do its thing. Takes a second. Watching water boil, basically. And you get that sound effect, which means it did something, and then change that water bottle into awkward potion. It doesn't give you any effects, but what it does do, it allows you to put spell effects into the liquid, which is no longer technically water at this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these pufferfish that we caught by fishing, and we're going to put that into here to get us the spell effect that we want to have. And it'll do the same thing, take brewing time. Watching coffee boil, And There we go. Now, every time you put something in here, a little bit of the fuel is actually burned up. Okay, so when this runs down, this extra supply that's in here will refill this bar back up. Now, noticed, you heard the sound effect, and then the bottles changed color. Potions are colored. There's actually slight variances in the differences of the brewing potions. So now we actually have a potion of water breathing. That's what you get with a pufferfish. And the duration of that is 3 minutes in time. Now, 3 minutes might seem like a long time, but when you're underwater and you're doing things and stuff like that, 3 minutes goes really quick. We can extend that time by taking a piece of redstone dust and brewing it into the potion of water breathing. So once again, we're still sitting here watching water boil. Da, 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 da. And we have increased to 8 minutes with that one piece of redstone. Now, if you don't want to actually sit here and watch this whole thing, let me show you how you can also do it automatically. Let's get in some of our new water bottles. Oh, advancement. We got our advancement. That's why it glitched there a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so now we have water bottles back in from our dispense side over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here because I only have 3 ingredients. All right, I'm going to have a piece of netherwort. I'm going to have, get that out of here. I'm going to do my pufferfish, and then I'm going to do my redstone. So you have to do it in the order in which they're going to brew. Now, there's a whole chain of things we could do with this. I'm just trying to simplify it for everybody so it's not too complicated. All right, so we're going to drop in each ingredient in its turn. We're going to walk away, and it's going to do its thing. Okay, now, let's get over to this section right here. Okay, we have the Nylium. So we can grow the fungus as well as the tree variants from the nether. All right, but do you really want to be in the nether to farm this stuff? Well, there's an easier way to handle that. All right, you see there's the potions brewing up, right? And there's the redstone. Now let's make. I'm going to show you a very easy way. You're going to have to farm this yourself, but we'll actually dispense some redstone stuff here. How about that? I have 15. That should be plenty. Do I have any bows? Yeah. Junk bows. Here's a junk bow. Okay. So let's make up some dispensers. Okay, we'll make 2 droppers and put in. Now, in the old game, we couldn't use damaged bows. We actually had to use fresh 100% bows to make dispensers. Luckily enough, we can now make dispensers with broken bows. Thank God. Okay, and this is going to be extremely simple, and we'll complicate it later on. All right, so now, as you can see, we have water breathing at 8 minutes, all by ourselves, just like so. All right, so that is that. That's done and dusted. Let's get that out of there. Let's go over here and make up this fungus farm. So the first thing I'm going to want to do, all right, I'm going to find a location. I'm going to put down my dispenser so it faces upward. All right, let's do this. Technically, let's do this so we can do the redstone through or around the torches. Okay, so now I am going to, was it 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, okay, 1, 2, 3, all right, so we'll bend it to here, 1, 2, 3, all right, 1, 2, 3, yeah, and then we'll put the other dispenser here. Okay, so what we did, I just made a simple T out of the redstone, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4 T, 1, 2, 3 to that dispenser, 1, 2, 3 to that dispenser, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the Nyliums and we're going to place, gotta crouch, okay? And then we're going to go 3 off, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, in a T section, or a plus, however you want to say it. All right, and then of course we're going to fill it in, just like so. Filling in blocks, filling in blocks. Yeah, we're filling in blocks. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing with the warped. Like so. Now, do you have to separate them like this? No, not really. I just choose to do that so I can get into where I want to work. Now, once again, this is just a simple redstone way of doing it. I will complicate this later. Sorry, guys. I need to kill him because I want the slime balls. Killing the slimes. Come on. How did I miss them? Wow, that's it? 3 out of that? Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Okay, back to work. Okay, so we got to finish off this last little section. All right. Now, at this stage, you can complicate this, but right now, once again, this is for where if you don't have a huge amount of resources, you can do it this way. All right, so we get rid of that. All right, next up, we get underneath here. And then what I'm going to do is just put that there. Put that there. Alright, and then we're going to need to get a step so we can get up to it. And a step up to it. Then, oh, you know what we're also going to need? Yep. Do I have any open wood? Not particularly. Not either. Do I have? Yes, I do. Okay. I'm going to use a button for right now. And all we're going to do is we're going to place that button down right there. And when you push that button, it's going to activate that redstone, which is going to activate both of these dispensers at the same time. And it's going to dispense 1 bone meal on top of both of these platforms. And as you can see, we managed to get a mushroom and this stuff here. Okay, right now you just have to manually punch it. And the same thing over here. Okay. Now you're not guaranteed to always get the mushrooms, but let's do it again. And like I said, there's a way to automate all this stuff, and I will do that. Okay. You see, we didn't get a blue mushroom that time. Let's do it again, because we got 5 in each, right? Red. And we got another blue. 2 blue that time. Now, if you really want this tiny grass, you got to shear it. Otherwise, you won't get it. But I'm getting rid of it so it doesn't take up a space that I could potentially get a mushroom, fungus out of it. Mushroom. I'm so used to doing mushrooms. And I think we have 1 more to dispense. Let's see. Yep, that should be the last one. Okay. Now, of course, this is the long way of doing it, but if you don't have a lot of resources, this is the easy way and the cheapest way for you to build something like this. Okay, so out of that, what did we get? We managed to get 31 of the warped roots, 32 of the crimson roots, 5 of the crimson fungus, and 5 of the warped fungus. That kind of really worked out really nice. Now, since if you want to keep this stuff, go ahead, but I'm going to actually take this stuff and stick it into my bone meal contraption to get bone meal out of it to put back into the system. And that will become part of the system eventually. All right, now, why did I build this? Well, I built it because I want these 2 items right here, these 2 funguses. Because to get these 2 funguses to grow trees, you need them. And I don't want to be in the nether farming them, so I built a farm here. Alright, so let's build a tree farm for this. And this is basically all you're going to really need is what you see in here. Alright, just a single piece of warped Nylium, crimson Nylium, 2 sticky pistons. That's a piston with the slime balls put on top of it. Alright, 2 observer blocks, 2 solid blocks of any kind you want. It has to be solid, can't be transparent. 2 redstone dust, and of course, you're going to want your funguses to grow the trees. Alright, so let's take all these goodies out of here. I'm going to build it here because I have a bit of a height thing here. Now, these trees can grow really big. So if you don't want them to grow into your, like, you can do this outside too. You can be out up in the overworld, to where we have the regular tree farm. But right now, I'm going to put this underground, and I'm going to put it in this section because there's enough for the trees to grow up. All right, so the first thing I'm going to want to do, I'm going to take these sticky pistons, and I'm going to take these sticky pistons and place them on the floor so they face me like this. Let's get away from that fence. And let's back it up a little bit more so we can actually do it right around this torch, which is fine. Get my place. Okay, so I want it like this. And then I'm going to take one of the warped, one of the crimson, and place it 1 block away from these sticky pistons. All right. And on top of those sticky pistons, we're going to take that solid block and place it on top. Now, the reason this has to be a solid block is because the way the system works, it's going to power this solid block, which will then bud power this sticky piston. All right, so then we're going to take the redstone dust and we're going to place a redstone dust on each one of these solid blocks. And then we're going to have to place the observers. Now, the thing about the observers are, oops, I forgot I got to, yes, you can change the way the redstone dot looks. I need them so that we can face that way. All right, so your red dot is facing the redstone dust, and your observer eyes are facing out this way. Yeah, I had a feeling I was going to do that. So give me this. Hey. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, just do it this way. Jeez, I'm just wrecking everything here. You go back there. Let's put you back over here. And you do that. Gimme. Go red. Go away. Okay. I should have put the dot up last. Alright, so basically this is what you're looking at right here. Alright, so we're going to take the warped fungus and the crimson fungus, and we're going to need some bone meal. Okay, we'll take some bone meal. Now, of course, there's more ways to automate this, but now, here's the thing. You're growing trees, and like trees, the block underneath the trunk part, in this case stem, if you don't remove that block quick enough, it will destroy the block underneath it like grass. Since now Nylium does not spread, you want to ensure that this piece of block, this here, stays the way it is. So this system, as soon as the tree grows, it removes this block so it doesn't get destroyed by the stem. And watch. Okay, so we're going to plant that. I'm going to bone meal. And see what happened? It took it away. Now look, I moved it back, but as you can see, it grew through the blocks. So the part of the tree is up there, which means we lost some stuff. Whatever. All right. Now, if you want to get rid of this, all you have to do. Where's my axe? Okay. Remove the bottom block first, so you keep your Nylium. Remove this block, and then since this gives a tick pulse, a single tick pulse to this, it pushes the block out and pulls back quick and actually leaves the block out. All right, so then the block is ready to function again. So let's get this out of here. Now, technically, you're supposed to use this on that stuff. And I left my... Oh, well. I left my scaffolding blocks. Alright, let's get this all out of here. You're supposed to use a hoe on this stuff, but for some reason, I don't think... I think you actually can farm it now without the use of a hoe. Okay. Just want to make sure we clear out. This is how we scaffolded in the old days before scaffolding came into existence. Dirt. Okay. The rest is all what it is. And that's cleared out. Hey, go old school, retro. Okay, we get to collect this stuff here. Now, let's do the blue one. Boop. And see, it did the same thing. It retracted, and we have our blue one. And once again, if you want to make sure you maintain it, you just remove the bottom block, or the stem. Remove that one so you push your block back out. Alright? And that's how we can form the red and blue stem or wood. Alright, now the interesting thing I want to also show you is both of these blocks. This warped, and where is it? Here it is. And this nether block, okay, can be composted. Simple as that. So if you harvest those stuff and you don't want it, turn it into bone meal. Simple as that. Alright, so now we have managed to get ourselves a basic brewing system up. So we created water breathing. We're able to create our fungus to give us some more materials that we can use for bone meal material. And we've able to create a system that can generate our trees and stuff for us. Of course, I can actually set up a system that will automatically bone meal this for us, and then we just chop it down and everything else. And blah, blah, blah. Alright, so there's a whole reason for all this coming up, and you'll see soon. Alright, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting me. You pups take care now. Bye.